Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. This time we were looking at a batch of recent graded toys returns from UKG. So UKG is a UK company similar to AFA or CAS in America. They basically grade toys. So I sent this batch off in February 2021. It came back in end of May 2021, so nearly 4 months in all. Now 4 months is not the best idea of when you're wanting to grade toys, because if you're hoping to get them for a certain day, or if you want to send them off to a toy fair and sell them, if you're looking for things to invest in and buying and selling, it could be pretty annoying. But they've now closed down, and UKG are working on their backlog of toys. So luckily my order was placed way before the close down, and they were able to grade it and get it back to me, which is good. So my first thing up I got here is this awesome Ghostbusters monster. Now he is in a European language. I don't know if that's German or Dutch. I think it's German. So he is one of those toys where you have like a cord, which is very popular in the 80s. There's like a He-Man figure and maybe a Thundercats figure. You pull it and the ghost will scream across the floor because of his wheel on the bottom. I got this card from Leicester Vintage Toy Shop. They were doing a online claim sale, and so when I saw it I could not pass it up. Joe, who runs the shop, said that he believed it would grade high if I was to purchase it, or anybody was to purchase it. I was lucky to claim it straight away. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to go for it. So with graded cards, what you look out for is obviously the bubble, the figure itself, and the card. So the overall score for the card is 85. For the bubble is 85, for the figure is 85, given a grand score of, can you guess, 85. So one of the reasons why I think this card didn't score higher in its subgrades is the card at the back has some wear up here towards the top, and you can see some whitening on the card itself. But overall the card is really, really nice. I especially love Ghostbusters because this is probably the first toy line I actively remember getting hold of, which was an actual toy line, if you know what I mean. It wasn't just a bike or a random toy. I could see there was other items in the collection, and these here, the Fright Features Ghostbusters, is the ones that I remember having. Specifically Egon and Ray. I think I also had Winston. I did not have Peter or Janine. I definitely had the Ghostbusters house because that was amazing. I remember pouring the goo for the top, and after about a couple of days the goo got covered in carpet and it went in the bin. I definitely didn't have the fly guy. I had the granny. I think that was it when it comes to the action figure, the actual monsters. I had the Ghostbusters car. I had the projector thing on the wall. I definitely had the backpack because there's a photograph of me wearing it. And I did not have these little figures down here. That one there, that pink one, looks really suspicious. There's some really cool Ecto slime canisters. Really popular now, slime, kids love it. So yeah, I'm glad this got an 85 obviously. I always try and shoot high with these things. I don't tend to get everything graded or not, that's not my total thing, but when it comes to these sort of cards, I do not want it sat in a box getting bashed about. I do not want it sat on a shelf where it just slides down, it breaks. So I wanted to get it encased, and I thought, well, why not get it graded? I'm glad it scored an 85. It's lovely, really nice. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one yet in particular. I would like to get it in English language, but I do remember the European releases anyway, so it doesn't really bother me as much. But this one probably will go to toy shows with me, and it'll be for sale. I probably won't sell it to at least to the first toy show, which will be the end of June. Hopefully that'll be at not Shepton Mallet, that'll be at Exeter, part of Bulldog Fairs. So Exeter on the 20th of June. Come and say hello. I will be there with my dad selling toys. this will be there for sale. So continuing the theme of Ghostbusters, next up we have the Haunted Humans. Now this is in a English language. I believe it's an American release potentially. It says it here on the side. Real Ghostbusters Haunted Humans Mail Fraud Kenner 11 back Series 4. Archive GB 000333. That's pretty cool. 85, 85, 85. This card is really nice. I think it's better than the previous card. It's really, really, really nice. I paid for it to be cleaned as well. You can opt in for that option. They just basically remove all the dust on it. You can do it yourself, obviously, but it always looks better when they seem to do it for some reason. They probably have the professional cleaning products for it. Yeah, here you go. So I never knew this figure. I never knew you were supposed to hang him upside down. Join the real Ghostbusters in their ghost chasing pursuits. And there we go. Here's the Fright features ghosts again. Fright features Ghostbuster team, should we say? And then the ghosts. It's pretty much the same as Leatherback. So this is 1988, and that is an 11 back. And that one there was also 11 back. So they're both 11 backs. Yeah, lovely, lovely things. I would love to keep them, but I think there's too much room in my house at the moment. That's the one I want to keep, this one. But that one, if I had the room, I would. So potentially, but I think I'm going to put this one for sale. My plan was to get this graded to reset it. So he'll be going, unfortunately. And that one here, I might keep this in my collection because I want to collect all the ghosts on the back. Yeah, absolutely lovely. I'm glad they got an 85. But I'll be glad with it if it got a 70 when I see such a nice card. I didn't mind what it scored. So back in early January, one of my best friends sold me his childhood WWF wrestling Hasbro figures. I paid a good price, a price that we both agreed on, which was good. I paid up for them because the reason why I paid up in price was the quality of the figures were so good. I mean, they were just, apart from one or two figures which were battered, the other two, the other like 30, 40 figures were just immaculate, absolutely immaculate. And so I pulled a few out and I started selling some of the rare ones, some of the more expensive ones, to try and recoup my money. And then I thought to myself, why don't I just try and sell one off to get graded? Because grading card figures now with WWF is going up and up and up. I mean, a year ago when I started looking for these sort of figures, you'd be lucky to find maybe one on eBay. But now there's multiple on eBay. And the prices have gone up on these things. So who I got here is Rick Steiner. He's a Series 9 figure. He scored 80. Now, when I was doing my research on these things, this figure here loose was about £45. You can get him a little bit cheaper if you waited. Now he's really nice quality and nice paintwork, but he scored 80 for the figure, 85 for the paint, giving him an overall score of 80, which I think is a bit harsh because I thought he was really good, really good. But when I thought about it, I realised actually I didn't pay for cleaning with this one, and there's little bits of scuffs and dirts which potentially could have been removed. They're not part of the paint job. They're on his arms and stuff, like that one on his above. You can see that could have potentially been removed by me, or if I paid for it to be removed. And I think maybe because of that, it dropped the score down from 85 to an 80, which is a bit disappointing. But what I'm going to do now in the future is to make sure that I always clean them to a really good standard. I usually do anyway, but go through it with like a fine comb. But that's my first ever loose figure to come back. I originally sent a Star Wars figure once, and it came back as it was the torture droid basically from Return of the Jedi, one of the last 17. Her name escapes me now, but she's basically always has a dodgy arm and the arm pops off. Well, the one I got was immaculate. It looked really good and the arm was on and it was moving up and down and everything. And I thought, wow, this is perfect. I'll send it in to get graded, and it came back as basically being arm broken because they actually put the previous owner put blue tack inside the arm socket, and when they put the arm in, it looked perfect. It didn't affect the figure at all. But because it's obviously been fixed, because it's obviously been broken in the past, it's more like popped out really than broken. They would not grade it for me, unfortunately, and they sent it back to me, which is it is what it is. So I was a bit nervous about sending something in to get graded when it's loose, because I'm always worried they're going to come back and say no. But I'm glad it's got a good score. And being one of the more later series, it's not too high. It's not series 12 or so, but it means hopefully it's going to be quite a desirable piece. Yeah, again, this might stay in my collection for now. I'm not too bothered by it. I don't really think of these things as like major investment pieces. I dealing other things for investment. So to me, these are just a bit of fun. And on a rainy day, if the car breaks down, or you want to go on holiday, or you want a deposit for a house, I'll sell my graded stuff and just get rid of them. I don't necessarily need the money right now for these things, but they are lovely. There's a few figures from this WWF line that I'd love to get hold of, but they the paint quality is just so poor on them. I'm not a big WWF fan, but there's a guy called, I think it's like Tornado, and he has a big belly, and he has like loads of print on it, and it's always scratched up. Anybody with tattoos on their arms get scratched up, and usually the bottoms of the feet are usually scratched up as well. But I think the next figure I'm going to send over is actually going to be this one right here. This is Macho Man. His action on his arms is really good. His paint is really good. He just needs a bit of a scrub. You can see by the whites of his glasses, but I'm not expecting to get a high grade on this. But if I was to get an 80 on it, I'll be happy. It's one of those characters where he's getting quite hard to get hold of because of his knee pads. The knee pads are always being scratched off. But anyway, please write down in the comments which of these was your favourite to come back from grading. I think mine is probably going to be that one there. Yeah, definitely the Haunted Human Hard Hat Horror Ghost. I love these ghosts, and I'm going to try and track it down pretty much as many as I can. I also have the really cool Fearsome Flush, which they just re-released. I've got the original one in mint condition, and he's going to be graded soon as well. UKG doesn't open up again until I believe the end of July, so then I'll send up a new batch of stuff. I'm going to try and send up at least one thing a week, and hopefully they can go back to their old days where they were between like 6 weeks to 8 weeks. I know some people say they send things up there and they come back within a month, back at like 4 or 5 years ago. But now obviously the last 2 years of this COVID world, grading items is becoming really hard. I believe it's because of the acrylic. I think there's a bit of a shortage worldwide of acrylic because everybody's using it for protection. And also people at home are mass sending stuff in. Like I said in my last video, if you're into collecting trading cards, Pokemon, basketball cards, baseball cards, basketball especially is unbelievable. The amount of cards that are going up to going up to PSA, which is the grading company in America, they're getting something like stupid like 25,000 cards a day to be graded, and each of those cards takes a certain amount of time to grade. So you can imagine the backlog, and I imagine UKG have got a massive backlog of toys as well, which they're currently working through. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it gets better, and hopefully we'll be able to do more videos showing off what I get graded. If you can hit the like button, that'd be great. If you could subscribe, I would love it. I think it'd be really mean a lot to me. And then as always, thank you very much for watching. Happy hunting and stay safe.